Hey there, hi. Today we are talking about migraines. Let me take you back to my childhood. Imagine being in my shoes for a while. This happened when I was 14 years old. I was playing soccer with my friends near my house and I felt weird. I felt sick. I was unable to clearly see my friend's face who was standing like 15 feet away from me. I thought weird. I might be very tired. I didn't know what this was. I decided to go home. I went home and I told my mom that I'm feeling tired, I need to rest, and I went to sleep. I was trying to sleep, but this was not normal. This was something very different. It was as if my head was starting to hurt, but it was not only my head. I tried speaking to myself and I was unable to speak. It was my tongue was very heavy. I was unable to move the left side of my body for about 30 minutes till we visited the doctor. I started seeing lights that made no sense. And the pain at the same time was getting higher and higher in intensity. It was as if someone was literally hammering the right side of my brain. This led to a series of visits to the doctors. First, they said it was probably migraine. A month later, a different neurologist said it might be epilepsy. The diagnosis was never certain, but one thing was the antibiotics. The prescription was always the same: more drugs to subdue what I felt. This personal chaos that happened in my life led me to the book Fighting the Migraine Epidemic by Dr. Angela Stanton. And this book operates on a very simple yet effective principle. In 3 steps: one, if you know how to cause a migraine attack, you know the cause. Two, if you know how to stop it once it has begun or it is on the onset of beginning, you know how to stop it. If you combine these two, you can know how to prevent it altogether. The author argues that there is no pain that is reasonless. There is always a cellular reason for the pain. There is no pain out there which is random or mysterious. And in order to find this reason, you need to start asking the right question. You cannot get the answer to a problem if you state the problem wrong. The misdiagnosis angle. The question I was talking about right now is, are you sure that you have migraine? Look, this might come out shocking, but a majority of time when people are diagnosed with migraines, it is not migraines. The current method of finding out what kind of headache you have is mostly a rule-based if-else clause. If it does not fit anywhere, the default is migraines, which is very sad, which is extremely sad, because this leads to massive issues with misdiagnosis. You might be actually dealing with cluster headaches, chronic stress headaches, trigeminal neuralgia, there is occipital neuralgia, there is cervicogenic headaches, there is sinus headaches, and all of these need to be treated differently because their symptoms and the root cause is different. If you are treated with the wrong problem, you will never get the right solution. Getting this right is very critical. The author argues that once you have your body's nutrients and food requirements in balance, most of the predispositions you have to certain food elements being a trigger go away. But there is an issue with migraine people and carbohydrates. For the people who have the migraine brain, carbohydrates can trigger a migraine pretty quickly. And the people with migraine are at a much higher risk of type 2 diabetes as well due to their genetic predisposition. For me personally, being stuck in that cycle of uncertainty and medication was very exhausting. Getting the right diagnosis is the first step to finding the real cellular cause, restoring balance, and finally breaking free. So, I'll ask you again, are you sure that you have migraines? We will discuss more on the migraine brain in the coming videos. Till then, I'll see you next time and take care. Drink lots of water.